Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we gotta talk about season 11, episode 21 of The Walking Dead. So spoiler warning if you guys haven't seen it. And just a reminder to subscribe if you're new to the channel and leave a like on the video. So where this episode kind of didn't further the story all that much, I think double down, quadruple down on the stakes that are for the final 3 episodes of the season. Um, yeah, it's just kind of really cool seeing, the group getting back together after they've been separated quite a bit, especially a big chunk of this whole season. And then there's also potentially some CRM teases in there we'll talk about in a minute. But I just really liked how like the episode started out and with the crash that was really cool. And obviously we seen our group separated, which I would like to throw out that the promo trailer didn't really kind of advertise the type of video we did end up getting. And I'm not saying, or the type of episode we ended up getting. And the episode was good because I actually really, really like it, enjoy it. Um, but I thought there was going to be a lot more focus on Alexandria's Outpost 22 when it was pretty much just left for at the end. But they're separating the groups out because they're obviously strength in numbers. We see Maggie, Rosita, and Gabriel make it out, which they end up meeting up with Carol and Daryl, who are trekking down the train later on, and they end up also getting Kelly off the train due to a big due with the big shootout with the train. It was just like very Western, very like apocalypse Western of it. They end up jamming the little stop and having a shootout, getting Connie out. Um, what we do hear them talk about on the radio is Outpost 2, which apparently is where they were going to send Connie. And whoever ends up going there, I guess they never see them again. And yeah, so like Daryl was going to get really reckless and go after her. And like, I'm glad that it's showing them learn from their mistakes because Carol recognized that Daryl was about to do the same thing that she did in the cave during the Whisperers and talked to Daryl. And Daryl realized, you know what, you're right. Like, Carol was kind of like, hey, that's what I see you're doing. And Daryl's like, oh shit, all right, you're right. What should we do? And that's how they end up later running into Maggie, who went on her own time killing a soldier. And there was the boy Walker that she didn't want to put down because they took Herschel away from her. She remembers that. And she's thinking about the kids and thinking about Herschel and all that. And then we have Gabriel and Rosita who are trying to get somewhere. And like Rosita just wants to go get Coco back, and like Gabriel's kind of like talking to her. Like the cool thing about that is because like they're not in a relationship anymore, but they very much like are involved in each other's life, whether it's romantically or not. And so seeing them kind of like interacting like that, but then Rosita and Gabriel's reaction when they hear the train, and that's how they end up meeting up with them guys, was really just yeah, what is there's got to be more to that train than just a couple Commonwealth outposts. I wonder if there is CRM related, but like at this point we're only getting the 3 episodes left. It's very like unknown if they're gonna show us much, if any at all. So like I'm hopeful, but like starting to be like maybe we're not getting it. And of course that guy from like the warden, he seems really suspicious. He just has a different demeanor than the rest of the Commonwealth, and like Mercer's pretty high up in the Commonwealth Army, and this guy just seems completely different and unknowing stuff like that. And then so like we get this at the end, like they're like we get the dialogue between Carol and Maggie, which was really powerful and really good. And like Carol points out like she's had us separated because we're too dangerous together. What does that tell you? And like Maggie realizes we're getting a band together and we're going all out. And even though they did that in the Whisper excuse me, in the Whisper arc to defend themselves, that was still like very like last minute put together. This is going to be something closer to like the all out war where we had like Oceanside, the Kingdom, the Hilltop, and Alexandria all fighting. And although we still don't know exactly what happened with Ocean Top, even though we should get some of that in the next episode, hopefully they're able to be in a hopeful position. Lance didn't leave them too bad off. But yeah, so they're really working on getting everyone together. We got really like that's really the big thing was like Maggie's planning a big attack to go take Alex because Alexandria has something to do. It's Outpost 22, whether that's just like the campground for the labor site that Negan and all them are at. We don't know exactly yet, but we do know that Pamela Milton expedited their what you call it, their processing there because it's a processing plant, whatever that exactly means. But we had, Negan, Kelly, and Ezekiel on the bus, and they were taken to the labor camp, as well as Annie, who ends up getting separated from them three because like they're separating the whole group. And we see like when the people try to run from the labor camp, they just get shot and killed. So like Kelly's like really at a low, and Ezekiel's noticing this, and then we get the first dialogue between Negan and Ezekiel since way back in All Out War, and like we definitely see the resentment from Ezekiel on to acknowledge Negan because Ezekiel lost a lot of his men to the Saviors, and he knows what Negan did. And Negan's like, hey, we got to put that shit aside. We need to get out of here. This place ain't a place for like you, Kelly, Branny, and the others. Might be a place for me. I understand that. And I'm going to get, like, I can get you a spark, but I'm not a person to lead these people. And you can be. You can be the sense of hope. And he's like, just know if I start this spark, I expect to not walk away from it. And Ezekiel's like, what do you mean by that? And like he kind of got cut off because lunchtime was over, and they can't talk to each other and address each other by names because like they'll probably get killed. And he's like, are you with me? And Ezekiel's, I'm with you. And then they get to, like the whole little thing where they reveal that Outpost 22 is Alexandria, where they're taking these people. And so like that's where like that kind of like dark cutscene is. They're listening in, and yeah, so they're really amping it up. It looks like the next episode there's going to be the siege on like taking back Alexandria. Also looks like there's going to be Eugene's trial, and then we see flashes of Aaron, Lydia, and their group. So we might finally get some payoff on Oceanside, but we do see him in Walker Goods, so it's interesting. We'll make another video talking about that, probably out on Tuesday, so check that one out. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm really excited for these last three episodes. Even though like this only furthered the story a little bit, I thought we were gonna be more in Alexandria's Outpost 22 based off the promo trailer. We see that the stakes are really high. Like we got a lot of focus on Rosita, on Gabriel, on Daryl, Carol, Maggie, Negan, Ezekiel, and a good amount on Kelly. I would say she was like the lesser of all of them, but she was definitely like, and Connie too. Connie was in there. They were going to take Connie to Outpost too, and we don't know exactly what that is other than they don't come back. And the only other place we know where they don't come back is the CRM right now. So, like, is that where they're like aligned with them? And, if Alexandria's Outpost 22 and that's Outpost 2, they have a bunch of outposts, presumably. So, we don't really know, like, kind of like the whole entail of that, but I do hope we get some CRM. I should make a video on how I think that I would end the series from this point because I have cool ideas that I don't think they're going to necessarily do, but it would be a fanboy dream for me if I did. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video. I thank you guys for watching. If you're wondering what I mean and like why the promo trailer didn't seem to like advertise this kind of episode, check out this video right here where I break it down.